Can I ask you a question?
The Bolton Ink Effect.
Kia ora and welcome back to the Bolton Ink Effect podcast, where I'm your host, Louis Bolton, and can you believe it's a very special day today? The studio is washed in red. There's a red background over there, and I have a very, very, very special guest that I'm a little bit overwhelmed to have in the studio with me. None other than Steffi August. Steffi, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Awesome. Welcoming Steffi August. August like September, easy to remember.
And it's nearly September. So Steffi August is a connection specialist, a transformational coach, speaker, and 3-time author who believes that life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. And we're going to explore that a little bit later. Born and raised in East Germany, Steffi rebuilt her life across countries, careers, and unimaginable personal loss. And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. Today, she turns those experiences into purpose, helping people reconnect with themselves, find their voice, and lead their lives from the inside out. Her philosophy is simple. When we change the way we see ourselves, we change the way we show up. And that's when everything around us can begin to change. Steffi, briefly, I remember seeing you. Bit of a backstory context here. We arrived, Bridge, my little one, and I arrived in 2018. And we were staying with some friends in Aotearoa, just here in Tauranga. And I remember we were in the flat next door to where these folks were, and I don't need to mention names, but yeah. I remember this firecracker arriving and bursting in like a whirlwind, and like, who is this person? I'd never met you.
Yeah,
I'd never met you.
That's right.
And it was just like, it was like spinning by the time you'd left. And I said to the folks that we were staying with, I said, who the hell was that? Oh, that's Steffi. That's wonderful Steffi. I said, my Lord, I have never seen a bunch of energy and just like this wild energy. It was amazing. And the reason I say that is my 8 years that I've been here now have definitely dampened my spirit, have quietened me down. And I want to have a chat to you, and you will get a lot of chance to talk because I got a feeling I'm going to have to measure my time here. But one of the things that I came up with when I was researching was the first English sentence that you could say when you landed here was, my name is Steffi. The second one that Kiwis taught you was, Steffi, take it easy. Where does your energy come from?
I actually would say I was made in East Germany. And it was this, I like saying this, I lived a life in prison, but I wasn't a prisoner in my own life.
Mm-hmm.
And breaking out there, seeing there is something else in the world. We didn't want to stay there. You had to break out within to do those changes. I think this is where it all started.
So just for context for folks out there, and I know you've shared the story many, many times on stage, and we'll get to that. I mean, you were born in East Germany, and like you said, you were a prison, which was not of your choosing. That was just the political situation that you were in with the wall that was there. From my perspective, having grown up in South Africa, and the reason that I decided to leave, I feel like this is a bit of a therapy session, but anyway, I'll dial it down a bit. I suppose the question I've got to ask, based on what you've just said, is something obviously happened inside you when you made the decision to leave.
Yeah.
With your 4-year-old, with 2 bags, and various other things which we'll talk about now. How do you even like make that decision or share that story with other people that have got no context or no idea of what that must be like? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. So like I said, I was made in East Germany, and now I see it as an army boot camp. Everything was organized for you. You were ticking, you know.
Your life wasn't yours.
No, it was not my words. You were born, you have to go to the crèche, you go to kindergarten, you go to school. And even things at school, you know, when you start school, Or even kindergarten, you had to sleep. Now it's lunch, potty time, sleeping time. And I remember we were on little mats. The kindergarten teacher was standing next to me, waiting till I fall asleep. When I closed my eyes and it was still twinkling, you're not sleeping.
You're not asleep
Would
yet.
stay this long till I fall asleep. That I really sleep. So my entire life was like this. And then you have this aha moment.
Up at what age would you have been when you say all your life? Just for how long would that
So
have been?
I left when 23 years and 7 months.
All right. So for 23 years
and 7 months.
and 7 months, your life was dictated to you.
Yeah.
You were not a person. You were a number.
They tell you what to do. Like we had to learn Russian. Every single day. We had 6 days school, Monday to Sunday. It's a Saturday, 7 in the morning. No heating. It was cold in the winter. We had to walk minus 20 degrees. All those things. But that was your environment. You didn't know the difference.
So that's another interesting point. It's like you didn't know any other way.
Yeah.
So this was your normal.
It was my
This was your life, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you couldn't even contemplate another normal because there was no reference for that. There was no understanding of what was other side of the wall, no pun intended, or the life that you were going to create, obviously, subsequently. Okay, cool. Then the aha moment comes.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell us about that.
Mm-hmm. So it started at school. So 10 years. So you go 10 years in the same class. So with the same students, same teachers, almost the same teachers for 10 years. Yeah, it's the same building, all the same. But it was so we had politics, and if you did not pass politics or Russian, you had to repeat the entire school year again. And this is when they slowly started to thinking that something is not right here. And this was the time where more and more people tried to escape to West Germany. They tried to escape at nighttime. Over 170 were shot dead. Friends of ours were also shot. So, and those things, you could hear them because there was no phone. We had no internet. It didn't exist. Yeah. So you hear all those things and say, okay, something is not right. And you started talking. And I say, you know what? We don't want to be here.
Are you talking to friends and family similar age and that and going, something...
it doesn't add up.
Something is not...
You could feel it, even if you're in a relationship.
I've got goosebumps.
Yeah, when you're in a relationship, you feel something is off, but you don't know what. You don't know what to do because Stasi was everywhere. Stasi is like mafia. Yeah. They are everywhere. You were monitored. That's whatever you did. Yeah. And we were not allowed to meet with our own age group on a regular basis. They would put you in the prison.
I was going to say, so what's like if you went against the system or questioned, what were some of those punishments?
Yeah. So prison. So
you're already in like a prison. You're already dictated to, and then but if you make,
But the prison, it was not obvious, and this is another thing I found out later because friends of ours, they were shot, so they went to prison. 6 floors under the main street in Dresden. We had no idea prison was there. It was sheltered. Nobody knew. Only Stasi. It was, I have to say, that even it was bad what they did with us, but on the other side, fascinating how it was organized with no social media, no technology, how it worked. We didn't have a phone at home. No.
So looking back now, Steffi, and I'm going to come back to some of that. How do you think it was organized looking back now? I mean, when you left, did you leave it completely behind or did you try and understand it where you are now? Because that, dare I use the word indoctrination, or that programming that your body had physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, obviously shaped you, and it was a journey that you were on. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're an incredible human being. We all are, but particularly through what you've gone through. How do you think they did organize that? I mean, because like you say, they were everywhere.
Stasi, yeah.
And it affected your brother as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Would you mind sharing that? We don't
Yes.
have to.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I can share this. So what? So we did fight for 2.5 years, and the moment we applied to immigrate to West Germany.
So were you allowed to at least?
Yes. So we were allowed. So we tried 3 times to escape. Yeah, twice in Hungary and then in Berlin at the border.
Okay, when you say try and escape, just please, what does that even look like?
So we were lucky twice to go to Hungary, what was actually not offered, but we slipped through the gaps. So we were allowed to go to Hungary. Yeah, we went to the embassy and we said, we're not going anywhere. We're staying here. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
We want you.
Yep. Take us
to
the other side.
Yeah, I've got goosebumps like telling
Yep.
you this right now. Again. So
and thank you for sharing.
So we did this twice. When we actually turned up the second time, he said, "You've been here before. I recognize you on your eyes, on your energy." He recognized me at the embassy again. So he said, "We cannot do anything. You have to go back." So we had to go back to Germany. Yeah. Then in Berlin and at the border, you could jump in a boot of the car from the people that worked at the embassy, because they were not on the checkpoint Charlie. They could go through. We said if we jump in a boot of an embassy car, they were not checked. We could go through. But having a daughter at home, we would go to prison and she would go to foster care. That was too risky. And they had cameras everywhere. So we decided not to do this. So then that's when we decided to apply officially, to immigrate. But what they did, the office hours, only from 3 to 6 in an old building. People were standing there from 10 in the morning to make sure they get an appointment. Only those 3 hours gap. So on a Tuesday, I'll never forget this one, just before 6, we slipped in, we applied. The night I went to Mum and I told her we applied to immigrate to West Germany. Lucky I did. The next morning, Wednesday morning, my mum worked at the creche. 6 o'clock, she started her shift. They were already waiting there at the Stasi. Do you know what your daughter did last night?
Yeah, Steffi, I'm sorry. I get quite emotional about this because...
That's fine.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
I can't go... I've seen some shit in my life as well, okay? And I don't understand it. I can't reconcile it. And you're sitting opposite me here, having been through the worst of the worst, literally. And you're still so freaking positive and alive, and you've still got shit to do. I don't understand it. I'd love to explore that, where that comes from, but it's not about me.
No, what I do now, I just briefly tell you why I think that I am who I am. Yes. And I give you another icing on the top what they did to us. Okay, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, please.
So I found out when I was here in New Zealand, my dad is not my dad. I have to move to New Zealand to find out from a clairvoyant in Papamoa telling me that my dad is not my dad.
So this is the man that you were in Germany with, that you...
He brought me up till 12, and then Mum divorced.
Right.
And married my stepdad.
Your stepdad.
Yes. But I thought the guy in my life for 12 years
was your biological father.
Was my dad.
And you loved him like a father.
And us.
Loved is a strong word.
We did not yet. No, I think the word love is didn't even come to.
Okay.
He was there, but as a child, I didn't realize it, but now I can understand why he didn't love me. I was not his child at all.
Fair enough.
He was talked into it. Yeah. So I found out later. So when I found out from the clairvoyant, she said, yeah, your dad is not my dad. She told me exactly who my dad was. What he did, he was at the Marines. Then I'm a one-night stand, not accident anymore. I flipped this. I'm a one-night stand miracle. I made it through all of them. I'm here for a reason. And this gives me the power. I say, I'm here. This is my power. This is my power. I made it through all of them.
I know. Yeah.
This is really my power.
Thank you for sharing, Steffi. I appreciate that.
And I feel it's good. But I had to flip it for many years.
Yeah.
I'm the one-night stand accident. And when you say accident to yourself, feels like I'm not wanted,
Sure.
not loved. My mom loves me to bits. She has a totally different love language. She had never said to me, I love you. In 61 years, never ever. But she has a different love language. And I was an accident, but I flipped it to miracle. When the moment I flipped this, something changed.
So with that clairvoyant incident, was that where you actually flipped it? Because you rightly say, you could have used it negatively, or you could use it positively. And fortunately, you used it in the positive way, where you flipped it to say a miracle, and you are a miracle. Okay. How did you escape? Like what? And you arrived in New Zealand saying, "My name is Steffi." You didn't know how to speak English.
Couldn't even try
obviously
the other
Russian.
side. Yeah, Russian. Yeah,
and German.
So we were fighting for 2.5 years. We straight away lost our jobs. Straight away, both of us lost our jobs.
What were you doing at the time?
I was a chef in a castle, one of the biggest castles in Germany. So I'm an award-winning chef. So I won some gold medals as well.
She just won some gold medals.
Yes, because I love cooking, you know. So yeah, all this stuff. So 2.5 years fighting every Tuesday back there. Sometimes we made it, sometimes we didn't. Just to be there, present, that they know we want to get out. Yeah. After 2 years, you get a letter in your letterbox telling you have to come back to the office to cancel all your rent, you know, you have an apartment, this one, your bank accounts, insurance, you had to cancel everything. Once you've done this, you go back again, and from this day on, when the tick all done, then this is the interesting part, you have 1 day till 3 months, you get another letter in the letterbox, 7:30 at night time, to tell you you have to leave the following night.
Wow.
So me, lucky, 1 day to 3 months. 3 months, exactly.
Really, eh?
On Sally's 4th birthday. Purpose. The purpose, you know, on purpose. So at the train station, you know, we had bubbles out of paper cups and shared hugs and kisses. And because we didn't know when we will see each other again. We had no idea. No idea. We had nothing.
So you can live with pretty much not knowing what happens tomorrow, because you didn't even know what would happen the next day based on your programming.
Yeah.
And I use that word loosely, but as a term, because you didn't know what was going to happen from minute to minute. You had a rough idea, but you couldn't plan specifically saying, hey, okay, all right. You make it out. And I know that you spun a globe to decide where to go, and New Zealand was it. How the hell did you get here?
So can I just quickly
please.
give you this one icing, what I mentioned before,
Yes.
what they did, the power they had, okay? So once I left, we were not allowed to have any contacts, phone number. Mom had a phone at work, so where we could, but I wasn't allowed to ring her. She would lose her job if I would ring her at work, okay? So the only was
to tell her that you were now leaving.
Oh no! That was all. But once I was in West Germany, I wasn't allowed to say what we're doing. Or not allowed. Only with mail. Send a letter. So letters disappeared.
Of course they did.
So we numbered them. Yeah. Then letter number 7 arrived. Letter 2, 3, 4 didn't arrive. I've got at home my folder with the Stasi what they did. Okay. But the worst thing is, so we left on the 29th of November in 1988. In February, I worked at a tennis center, and I wake up in the morning. I had a feeling something is not right. Something is just not right. 500 kilometers away from Mum. I had to ring her at work. And I said, no, I have to risk this. I have to ring her at work. You know, sometimes you have this in voice, I have to.
Yeah.
So I rang her at work and said, I'm her sister. So my voice is similar to her sister. The boss doesn't recognize me. So Mum is on the phone and say, don't say anything. It's like this, because the boss was still in the office, would not leave, you know. I said, don't say that's me. And she said, So she told me that's my brother. What I thought was my full brother, was my half brother, but different story. So for me, it was my full brother, yeah. He tried to commit suicide. The Stasi chased him. Mum asked for help. No, he's 18. You're not getting any help. They chased him. He just didn't know what to do. He tried to freeze in the winter, it's winter, in the forest, to sleep, fall asleep and freeze off. Then he had a motorbike, red traffic lights. He tried to kill himself so often. Mum said, I need help. No, you're not getting help. Then on a weekend, Mum visits your sister. They're coming home, and they lived in an old apartment house, only 3 floors. They come home, and normally, you know, you ring the doorbell and then somebody opens the house. But on this day, Mum didn't ring the doorbell. So my brother still lived at home. They didn't ring the doorbell. They opened the door. If they would have rang the doorbell, the entire house would have been exploded.
No,
because he tried to kill himself with gas. They came home. The oven door was open. He was lying there in gas. Yeah. Emergency came, and they said 5 minutes later, he would have been dead. Got goosebumps right now. And he was 3 months, he was in hospital. They were not sure if he would survive. I got the permission after fighting the Stasi to see him, because we were not sure he will survive.
Sure.
So we had to apply, form to the border. They went through our car, stripped everything they could. We get there. Yes, you can go. I see this. We are okay. Good. Yes, we can go. We can see him, because we didn't know. You know, I was already in the car. So my Sally's dad, he just wanted to close the door from the back. A huge whistle. Nah, we changed our mind. You're not going. The papers were all ripped. All ripped. Can you imagine? Parents were happy to see us, waiting for us. No phones. Yeah. But this is what they did with us. Here. Mind games.
Mind games.
But this made me even stronger. Things like
how,
this,
Steffi?
They made me stronger. I said, this is just not right to do this. What right do they have?
Yeah.
This is my human right to see my brother who is dying.
Because you pressured them.
And somebody says, no? Where are my human rights? And I think all those dots together made me strong.
Did you finally manage to see him?
Yes. Did we? Oh, what about? Yes. So what? Yes. No. Oh God. I can't even. No, because we actually, what we did, I don't know how it worked. They all came to Czechoslovakia. We met at the hotel.
Wow.
No, because he was in hospital.
Yeah.
No.
So you never got to see him at that?
No, at that point, no. Because they're all mum. You know, when you visit mum, they cook and bake and, you know, they put the food and everything. Everyone came to the hotel, and because the Westmark we had, it was so cheap for us, so we could pay for everybody for accommodation. It was so cheap for the Westmark. No. Oh yeah, no. Look, why you say this, like no, because he was at hospital. But he survived. So 3 months, but he's brain damaged.
Okay.
He
Where is he now, Steffi?
He is with mum. He
He's with
lives in
mum.
Dresden as well.
Okay.
And he lives in like a protected living
Sure.
and protected working as well. But you know what? He is on the stage. He knows he did something wrong, but he is brain damaged. He is the walking pharmacy on drugs. His life is, he's a veggie. And knowing this, it's just not right, eh?
It's not right. It's
Just not right.
and like I say, it's hard for me to kind of reconcile that in terms of what we do to each other.
Rights, yeah.
You know,
Human rights.
and it explains a lot about what you do and how far you've come and everything that you have achieved up until now, Stevie. And I admire you and I love you so much for that, because, you know, there's that saying that says, you know, you walk around the table with a group of people and you chuck your problems on the table and you walk around them because you think your problems are big. And 100 times out of 100, you'll take your problems back quick sticks compared to somebody else. You know what I mean? And just listening to you speak in terms of the early part of your life, it's about perspective for me, which is valuable through this medium of conversation and through going a little bit deeper and understanding the background of what someone has been through to get them to where they've got to. So again, I thank you. And I appreciate what you were saying and sharing that story.
You're welcome. Yeah. That's interesting, you know, when
It is very interesting.
Talk about it now, it all comes back and say, oh my goodness, that's just crazy what you go through in life.
It's
yeah.
And I know because you lived it, you went through it, but that must seem, for me, when I look back, it feels like another lifetime ago. And one of your biggest survival tactics or biggest reasons for being here is your constant notion of being present, because it's all we actually have. This moment right now between you and me is all we have. Yes, you are defined by your trials and tribulations as I am, but this is the moment that we have. Steffi, let's move on a little bit. You get to New Zealand. Then what?
That's a good one, right? So we lived for 8 years in Munich, and then we decided, actually, time for another challenge, because people,
not that you've been through enough.
People ask me why New Zealand, and I say, okay, New Zealand. Yeah, that's how it started. So we went on holidays here it was in the Christmas time. Went on holiday, and we had a camper van. We loved it. The weather, the people, the space. It was like, oh my goodness.
I mean, I can't disagree with you.
This is paradise. So we would come back in January, and I worked at the bank at the time, and they started making people redundant. Woo! I like this idea. And then, Steffi, we make you redundant. So, great. Thank you, universe. And this is when it starts. There is a sign. We've been to New Zealand. We love it. They make me redundant. It's like, yes. And then I was so lucky. There was a certain year where when you were born, you get another $10,000, and then you get another 10,000 redundancy money, and another one, and I fit in all those categories.
Wow.
So thank you.
I'll take that.
Take it. And I didn't tell them we're immigrating.
Fair
so
enough.
we organized everything, and then in September, both out. The container was on its way.
Done.
Got visa. We didn't really know where to go. We had no visas, and I could not.
So what year was this?
Not
This would have been.
It was last Sunday. Oh no, not Sunday. But no. Sorry.
Yeah.
In what do we have now? August, September. Next month is 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
30 years ago, we need an English test. I didn't pass because I didn't speak English. I went boom through, driving the car on the other side of the road, on the steering wheel on the other side. So I could not drive straight away. I was freaking out. And I couldn't talk when the phone rings, because with all those phone, I'm not answering.
So how did you get around that? I mean, so it was just you and your daughter, am I right?
No, and Sally's partner.
Okay.
Sally's partner. So, and my partner.
And your partner.
Yeah. So I we actually married just quickly before. No, we actually married just quickly before. And my son. Oh no, what was that? No. So it was my son. He was almost 2.
Okay.
Sally was almost 12.
Okay.
And then my husband, and yeah, so the 4 of us.
Okay.
Yes. And like I say, I couldn't speak the language.
So how did you get around that?
The thing is, in life, you have to fail to get better. So I failed the English test. It means no permanent residence.
Sure.
It would cost
There
us
were conditions.
$20,000. Yeah, $20,000. So, but what they said, you can sit again in 3 months. In 3 months, you can sit again. What did I do? I went to the library every single day. Level 1, level 2. I read all the books from the library. I went to school at night time in Auckland. Yes, English classes. I had an English teacher who told me, Steffi, you will never learn this language. Yeah. Thank you very much.
More fuel to the fire.
Yes, thank you very much. And then, so I had to sit the English test again. And 80% of the Kiwis do not pass the English test, the IELTS test.
You and I have both sat that test, all right? I'm an English-speaking human being, all right?
Yeah.
And just to give you some context here, folks, this IELTS test is not a joke. No. When you write it, sorry, there's 4 parts to it. Yeah. There is a listening, a written, a spoken, and there's the other one. They march you in like military. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
And a pass, I think, is 90%, obviously. I'm an English-speaking person. I think I got 90%. Yeah. It was I nearly failed.
Just no. It is a hard one.
It was one of the hardest things that I've actually done. There's been other hard things, but it was frightening. And I'm English-speaking, so I can only imagine what it must have been like for you.
I was like, oh my goodness, but I just
insane, eh?
So I learned because I knew I had 3 months. Yeah. So you have to fail sometimes, and that was good. So I had to learn the language really quickly.
Sure.
In those 3 months. Yeah. So then I did the test. The result came on. So I had on Thursday, on Friday, our work visa.
Oh right.
Was
finished. Yeah.
It will expire. So I needed a yes here to go Friday to the immigration to get our permanent residency, because in the background it was already actually approved. Yeah. It was approved, but Pending. I needed this one because we didn't want to pay $20,000.
No, the conditions, eh? No, the conditions.
No, but this pushed me. You fail something. It pushed me to really learn, be focused. Yeah, to get there, to pass. Otherwise, I wouldn't have learned the language this fast either.
Yeah. It's interesting how you say like these different obstacles in life when you have to like really face them. Like you don't necessarily ask for them. They get, like you say, life happens for us.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to make the decision whether to step through the door or to use that as a crutch or a negative and and stay seated. I do feel like I am in that camp at the moment. I feel like life is happening to me and not for me. And it's a mindset thing, and I recognize it. Yeah, we'll get there. The curious thing that I've got is like through all of this, Steffi, through what you've shared in the beginning of life and coming to New Zealand, is why did you wait so long? Or there was 14 years gap before you actually went on stage and you spoke about your story. So obviously there were things happening in that time. When did it get to the point where you actually thought, I'm going to share my story?
Life is coming for us, okay? Like what you so nicely said. And the thing is, when we live in the moment, what we just said before, we live in the now. We see the things coming for us. I did so many things I love organizing. I organized events I help for the community events somewhere. I love helping. I like being a volunteer. I just love it. That's what I'm here on this planet, to help others. So there was organized a free breakfast for volunteers. I said, a free breakfast? Heck yeah. We're going. So, and then being there, the organizer asked me, Steffi, can you do a 10 minutes? They knew I was from the East Germany, just for 10 minutes. Can you share your story for 10 minutes? And I was freaking out. I said, okay, my English was still,
Yeah.
now. So I said, okay, yeah, I'm the person that, yes, and figure out how you do this now. So I said yes. And my 10 minutes, and the lady sitting next to me, she said, oh, Steffi, I love this. I want to know more. I am the president from the Propers Club at the Mount. Would you come and speak to our group at 45 minutes? And I said yes. And I go home to 45 minutes? What do I talk about 45 minutes?
Sure.
So start writing my speech, presented this at the Propers Club. And out of this, I got 34 speeches out of this because somebody knew somebody knew somebody. We have so many clubs in Tauranga.
It's crazy.
So everybody rang me, oh, Steffi, we heard your story. We want to hear your story. That's how it all happened.
And that's how it happened.
And
okay.
then I enjoyed it so much being on stage to inspire the audience. And I said, that is something. And I find out about Toastmasters. So I joined Toastmasters to get better and better. And when the lady, we are still a group of 5 ladies, they are still in contact from Toastmasters.
Does it still exist? Toastmasters still exist?
Yes, some, but not many. Yeah,
not many.
2 or 3 groups in Tauranga.
Okay, yeah, but so you still stay in touch?
Yeah, we have 5. You always, when you join something, you have lifelong friends.
But it's interesting, when you do join a club or volunteer and you're in close proximity to those people and you share life experiences or a trial of some sort, it does bond. It does bond you.
Stories,
and stories connect you, and that carries you through. I love that. Okay, I just want to move on a little bit because you mentioned obviously that you found out that your dad wasn't your dad. You left Germany. You made it here. You got through your English exam. You're now living in New Zealand, and you're not figuring things out, but you're allowing life to happen for you, and you're remaining present. You've got 2 rings around your neck, a beautiful gold chain.
Yes, that's right.
And I'd love you to share. I know the story, but it's also given you also had to flip something, another tragedy in your life, and it was a horrible tragedy. This is when I first arrived. We found out that this happened.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You still talk to him, and I know he's here now. Please tell us about Fred.
Yeah, he's in the room. Yeah. So make it short, the husband, I came over to New Zealand. He changed totally his personality. I had to leave. I just want to say Women Refuge saved me as from this marriage. So I had to leave, and I started really from zero again.
Wow.
From zero again. So how can I survive? By yourself. You have Sally already moved out, but I still had a son to look after. And when you went out, you have to pay rent suddenly, and you have new expenses coming. So what do I do? So I had my massage business, but then I thought, okay, I have to come up with a plan here. And again, I didn't fail the marriage. I was my safety to get out of this marriage. Otherwise, I wouldn't sit here right now. So I don't want to go deeper in this. Otherwise, I would not be here. So I had to find a way. My why was so big, I had to get out. Now I had to figure out, how do I survive? And one of my massage clients, he said, oh, Steffi, do you know a cleaner who can clean my house? And I said, oh, actually, I like cleaning. I was in there, because I listen.
Yeah.
I listen. I said, oh no, actually, I like cleaning. I can give it a go. So she knew me already. So she said, yes, Steffi, not a problem. So I started cleaning a house to get some extra money.
That's okay.
The survivor, it's kicked in. And out of this, suddenly I had 15 houses. People talk. And if you do a good job and you love what you do, it helped me to survive. But I also made a difference to those people. They come home in a clean house.
Amazing.
And
done.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. So I had to leave him and lived in this apartment. And then the universe, one of my ex-husband's friend, we know each other for 15 years. I knew Fred for 15 years, knew his wife. So his wife left him for whatever reason, and the universe put us together. It was just so magic. I was training for a marathon never been running a marathon before, but when you go through something, you don't have to, but for me, it was for me running nature, listen to the birds, here in the ocean. So I was running wherever I could to train for the marathon.
That was your escape. That was what cleared your mind.
Yes, some got drugs or alcohol.
You ran.
For me it was exercise.
Yeah,
okay. That was my addiction, a healthy addiction.
Well, it can become unhealthy.
It can, yes. But it was in this moment.
Better than some of the other choices that you could make.
And the moments I was running at different times, suddenly Fred owned a furniture removal business, the big truck turned up. I still remember at the mount where it's Burger King and the corner.
Yes.
He came around the corner with this big truck, 12-meter truck. I was crossing the road and we just was chatting. And in the back, toot, because it's a 12-meter truck, he was blocking the roundabout. And we was chatting. And that's how it started. Okay. Then he came for massage. He wanted to go to Australia. He came for a massage from the apartment, had a spare room. And this one day, I said, oh yeah, that's fine. We were friends. And then he said, oh, can I give you a hug? And he gave me a hug. I will never forget. It was like, something happened. Something happened to me. But it was in the moment. In the moment. And and then
I'll share that moment story for me when I met Bridge.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean because we had met at a mutual friend's 40th.
Oh, beautiful.
And I promise you, she walked in and she had a gorgeous black cocktail dress on.
Yeah.
And she was way out of my league. She was like way out of my league. I had just come back from London on my 2-year, whatever the case is. I was living on the streets.
Yeah.
By choice.
Yeah.
Just going through various stages of my life. But I remember I was a rickshaw rider in London at the time, and I'd come back and I was telling some folks about my experience as a rickshaw rider, and she was listening to this. And we turned and we looked at each other. Steffi, in the cartoons where the cartoon gets smacked over the head with a pan and you see the little Tweety birds?
Yeah.
That's literally what happened to me.
I've got goosebumps.
Literally what happened to me. I was like, I couldn't talk. And I just saw Tweety birds around my head. It was like somebody smacked me over the head. And I felt it with every fiber of my being, And it was, so I get what you were saying. In terms
exactly
of that,
the same. He hugged me.
That was being in the moment.
Yeah. Be there. And so from there, we met secretly because we were well known both, so secretly like 14-year-olds, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then, so we moved together, easy. That was really quick, all jung, because we knew what we wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
So you followed your heart.
Yes, absolutely. There was like, the universe put us together, and I'm writing a book about this. It's exactly how it happened because I want.
And she's an author.
I want people to look back in their lives, reflect, and say, "Oh my goodness, I had a similar moment, but I didn't pay attention." Or yes.
But you were highlighting so much stuff for me that I'm not paying attention to, Steffi, and I want to know why. Because these whispers and these things are being shown to me, but I'm not taking action. I'm not seeing them, especially when you talk. I'm like, shit.
You're looking for something, what it's not there. You're looking for something else. Your post is moving. It's moving constantly instead of sticking with one post. So okay, this is where I'm now, and do the reflecting. Look at this. All the things that happen for you. Did I actually pay attention or not? It's one example. In an apartment house, I live there, so the washing had to be at the balcony. Yes, so put my washing out, cars driving at the mount, busy as. One car toots all the time, but it tooted. And this time, I just looked. Normally, I don't care.
Sure, because...
And it was Fred. He saw me. He texted me, can I come up for a cuppa? Those things, in the moment, I saw it.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
And I want you to really pay attention to everything what is around you now. Who knows what is tomorrow?
Excuse me. Absolutely. Life is a gift. It is a gift. And you remind me of it constantly whenever you
Good.
pop into my head.
Yeah. So when do you have your date night?
We don't.
Big mistake. Every month. This is high. I talked about this last month on the 16th of March in 2019. We had our date night, and we didn't know it was the last one because in the next one he wasn't here anymore. It was our last date night. I took always photos, little videos, and he said, "Sexy, you have millions of photos." Yes, and now this is the only thing I have. The only thing.
Yeah, it's a tragic. It was a tragic. He passed away in a tragic truck
But life
motor accident.
comes on the day. The thing is, if we live now, so this happened on a Thursday on the 19th of April, okay? The weekend before, he said to me Saturday morning, "Sexy, can you cook my favorite meal?" And being a chef, he always had to put in this order by midnight to tell me what he wants to have for dinner the next day.
Right.
So I didn't have to think what to
Sure.
cook. He tells me what he wants and it's fine. Yeah. So fine, I did this. My adopted Kiwi grandma, who lives here, not somebody else, he said we dropped something off because we did the boil up. Kiwi Murray, but the boil up with fried bread. And I loved cooking this with a German touch. So we dropped something off to Mavis, do you want to come? And he said, "I'm actually tired, but no, I want to come with you." So we did all those things. And then on Monday, his half brother died on a heart attack. So he had to go to a funeral. And the night before his accident, he told me exactly how he wants to be buried. It all comes together on Thursday morning. This is the really important part. This we can see life is coming for us. We are here for a certain time. It is how it is for a certain time, and it shows again. It shows again. It started with a hug. Yeah, first kiss at the spa in what is it? Yeah, by Is this Aotearoa? In the Fernland Spa. First kiss there. I think it was pouring with rain. I think everybody could see the fire was the water was on fire. I think everybody could see it when he kissed me the first time. Yeah, on the 11th of April, in the morning, he had the biggest job ever. Most expensive furniture he prepared for 2 weeks. Most expensive ever. But he still had some cardboard boxes in the truck. But he had to get out everything out. He needed a space. Yeah, there were 2 trucks going, another removalist and our big truck. So in the morning he said, "Sexy, can you come over with a van and pick up and take those boxes home?" I never dropped him off to work. It was in Tauranga, the truck were stored. So went over, put the boxes in the van. I say, "Hey, have a good trip. I see you tomorrow when you come. When you're back." It was out of town job, yeah, out of town. He gave me a big hug, and it was the last hug. It started with a hug, and it's finished with a hug, because at 2:22, I rang him. I was messaging at Trustpower and I couldn't go. And normally I'm fully booked, but on this day, 2:20 to 2:40, this lady couldn't make it. So I rang him. Normally I would not. I say, "Hey, how you doing? Everything?" And he said to me, we just finished loading, huge job. He said to me, he had actually black humor, "Sexy, I'll ring you after the crash." And I said to him, "If anything happens to you, it will break my heart. Sexy, it's not me, it's the other drivers." 3:55. The accident happened. Now, 3:55. 3rd of May, 65, I was born. It's my date. When you come home, I didn't know at the time, you come home and have a note. They had an accident. And finding him wasn't easy. We didn't know where he was. He was already dead. I was I'm still,
Yeah.
my heart was ripped out alive. For 4 weeks, I had heart pain. I was Googling, can you die from heart pain,
From a broken heart.
Yeah, from the broken heart. And yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You can. Old people, when they're all together,
Yes.
they die sometimes in a short distance. That for 3 years, I just existed, and to be honest, I couldn't care if a truck would hit me when I go biking on a Sunday morning. I couldn't care less.
I get an essence. I sort of get an essence of that, because what's the point of living?
Yeah.
Actually,
he adored me. Everybody said what you guys had, nobody will. Some people will never experience in the entire lifetime.
No.
The universe put us both together. He had a very challenging marriage, very, and also as a kid, also as a baby, when he was 6 months old, his mom went to the pub. Anybody wants to have a baby? Yeah, can I have it? So I have to tell you, don't have to tell you more about this.
How do you process that on a daily basis? Because grief is a fascinating subject all by itself.
Yeah.
You're living proof that you're still here.
He's with me.
And I've got one of the questions said that, you said that most nights you still stand in the hallway and you talk to a photo of Fred, asking why. And you've written a book called, or you've got a method called Flip. Does the Flip method work on that question, or is this one thing that you just haven't found the flip for yet? I'm curious.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I have to remind myself. To flip it. So I have moments. The tsunami just hits me, and I start
Well, you're
crying.
human,
Yeah,
Steffi.
and I miss him every single day. The thing is, because we are soulmates, I know he is here.
Okay.
He is telling me. I ask people sometimes maybe think, is she crazy? But no, he answers me, and this is what I write in my book. On the wedding anniversary, I think I told you.
Yeah.
The present. Sexy, play lotto.
Huh.
He told me exactly the time, where to go, what counter to go.
And? This
was on a Saturday. It was our supposed to be 5th anniversary. I had a really bad day, crying all day. And they say, you go play lotto. So I know I'm not going to Bayfair on a Saturday. There's too many people there. I don't need this. Yes, you are going. I said, okay, I go 1 o'clock. No, you go 3 o'clock. 10 to 3, I waddled over to Bayfair. 2 counters. Tracy, a guy I've never seen before. He was available, and I said to Fred, I go to Tracy. No, you go and see this guy. I just connect.
Okay, I was going to say, what is? It's just a knowing.
Yeah, he tells me. I said, so what kind? I said, no, I'm not going to see. No, don't know the guy. Sexy, you're going to buy your ticket over there. Bought my ticket, forgot all about it. I had to go biking, nature for me.
Yep.
Had to go biking. It was in February. Went outside, biking Bartlett Bay, a beautiful day, and I see all the couples sitting there, fish and chips, enjoying themselves. It hit again. Biking, crying. I said, Fred, I need to pick up. I don't know what to do. At home, as it was another 10 case, biking home, I was just crying. It was like fun. They couldn't see it. They were in their own bubbles, Life goes on.
Life goes on, eh? Yeah.
Got home and I totally forgot the lotto. I was so feel sorry for myself. And I'm then on the computer and suddenly the lotto numbers come up. Never happened. Since then, never happened again.
Yeah.
They come up. So, I forgot. So I looked at it and it says $47. I said, oh, that's great. $47, it's great. Something.
Yeah, sure.
And then he tipped me on my head. Sexy, have a look again. I still can feel it. Have a look again. I looked at the numbers again and said, what did you do with those numbers? They are different now. What did you do? So I ring my daughter. I said, Sally, can you give me the numbers?
Yeah.
I just won $47. So she gave me the numbers again. No, it's not $47. No. We married on the 16th to 2016. I love numbers, okay? 16 to 16, we married. I won 2nd division. $16,009.
Wow.
Tell me.
Yeah.
He said, every night he said to me, Sexy, I will always look after you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Every night. He didn't say how.
He didn't say how, but he's looking after you. Do you see him as, like you've mentioned that he's your soulmate, but guardian angel as well? I mean, he just, if you have a question or you're struggling, he's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's so much more I want to ask you, but I'm going to sort of get to this point now because there might have to be probably around 2. Steffi, what's happening in your life now? I mean, the one question that I do have is the color red is very predominant in your life.
Yes.
It shows up everywhere where you look for, for Steffi. What is the symbolism? What is the meaning? What is the relevance of red in your life?
I'm seen. Everybody sees me.
Okay.
I think I definitely
stands,
get. Wherever I go.
It,
wherever I go. And I say, now I actually say I trademarked red and I own August.
I love that, yes.
People look at you.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. You get the attention.
Yeah, you do.
But people, and like what happened to me at the of the comedy show, and he picked me out of 2,000 people.
Yeah.
I have to talk to you. He could feel my energy. And I think this is my, Spider-Man? I think this is my...
Your spider
this
suit,
This is my spider suit. I feel comfy. I feel good with it. This is like, I put it on and say, okay, who can I help today?
Right.
Who can I help today?
Steffi, you're involved in so much. And I'm not going to go into all of it, but you're an author as well. You've written a couple of books, and the one is Flip It. You're a coach. Tell us about what it's like to write, or why you wrote the book Flip It, and what you want to get out of it, and your other book that you're busy writing as well, please.
Yes. So the Flip It started with the conversations I have with my clients, and wherever you go, you hear, oh, flip it. So, Again,
listening.
Attention. You listen with intention. And then I started, what do I do differently to other people that I achieve what I want to achieve? And if anything comes up, even if it's something really hard or a really challenge, what do? I flip it.
Okay.
Whatever comes my way, I just...
Literally looking at the other side of it.
There is, for everything is another side. This table, there's another side. If it's raining, there is another side of sunshine. For everything has another... Flip it. Even my granddaughter now, she comes home. Omi, at school, I flipped it today and it worked. You can flip. Once you flip it, it will change your perspective. It will change actually what you experience in this moment. When you say you wake up in the morning, say, oh, I'm really miserable today. And then, hello, flip it and look what's on the other side. You look at the other side. And then you forgot why were you miserable. You forget it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You change your perspective. Yeah. This is our engine here. Everything is in here. We are in charge. Nobody else. Yeah. Nobody. And nobody can take it off you.
Where can people find out more about you, Steffi? If they want to get involved, if they want to find out more about you, where can... I know you've got the website, steffiaugust.com.
Yes, and also LinkedIn.
And LinkedIn.
Steffi August, it's also, everywhere, Steffi August. Nobody can forget Steffi August.
What can we look forward to in the near future? There's exciting projects that you're involved in. What can we look forward to from Steffi August?
That's a very interesting question. The one, what you already mentioned, so I'm in process of writing another book where I write our love story. It started with a hug and finished with a hug. This is the love story, but I also, what happened afterwards.
Right.
How the signs he sends me all the time. And I've got proof at home. I've got shells this big. You will never find, I find them when I have a bad day. Things like this. So this is what I put in the book. But the other thing is, before Christmas, I was at the beach. Like I say, nature is my grief, how I deal with grief. I was at the beach and he said to me, Sixie, when are you going to start with your project to build the truck stop for truck drivers? We have to look after our truck drivers because nobody does it. We build infrastructure for trucks, but nothing for the driver. And these are the important people. And I've been driving our truck for 6 years. I've been in the north, in the south. I needed a pillow because I was too short. I couldn't reach the pedals because I was short, He was sleeping and I was driving the big truck. So before Christmas, he said, so when are you going to do this? I was listening and said, yes. Okay. That's what we do in life. The vision. What do I want? I want 5 truck stops in New Zealand, 3 in the North Island, 2 in the South Islands as a franchise. So we're building jobs for people. They're losing jobs because more and more people are losing their jobs. So we're creating jobs. So what do I want? I want to have 1 truck stop in Tauranga here as pilot project. What do I want first? I need to talk to those truck drivers. How can I do this? The best thing is a survey. How do I get it out to truck drivers? Who do I know? I know Gavin, who works for the trucking magazine. I presented my idea. He was happy to put a big article in. My daughter organized the survey. I gave her the questions. She put it nicely together, asking for help. Here we go.
Yep.
Ask for help. This is the thing is, once you have your why, the how comes together because your purpose is so big. You will find the ways. So had the survey, 127 replied. Amazing feedback. I've got the stats there, black and white. It's all there, what they need and want.
So what is the truck stop? What is it providing? What does it look like?
So for the truck drivers, the most important thing is the parking. Because nowhere in New Zealand is a truck stop where you can park more than 3 or 5 trucks.
Right.
So a minimum of 15 trucks, they can park there.
Okay.
We have accommodation. There's the 10 hours, so they can be there. And we have a restaurant for truck drivers, yes. And also important facilities, they have clean showers.
Right. So they're not living in their unit, in their truck. They can actually get out of the truck, stretch their legs, have a bed, have a shower, have a meal. And then
your mental well-being, that will help so much. You're sitting in this cab for hours and hours, not talking really to a real person as well. So get out there. And even in the survey, they were asking for laundry, they were asking actually for a dentist. Somebody asked for dentist, for a barber, for well-being. So this will be the first well-being hub for truck drivers in New Zealand. So now my mission is, after I already had amazing conversations, so to actually secure the section.
You and I sitting across the table here know it's going to happen. When would you like that to happen? By?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Fair enough. But it is going to happen.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if anybody wants to help you get involved, just get hold of you. Have a chat. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Just
putting it up there.
Steffi@steffiaugust.com. Email me if I want people to if we can find investors, even better, but also who want to collaborate with us.
Sure.
Here's some ideas. This is for our community.
To
do something for our community, for our truck drivers. We have 34,000 truck drivers in New Zealand. And I just was reading yesterday, the port side at the Mount and Tauranga is approved for extension. Over 300 meters. Both of them. It means more freight. How do we transport the freight? We need more truck drivers. We have to make it attract this to the young ones. That they say, you know what? Yeah, I want to be a truck driver. Okay. And not, I'm just a truck driver.
Yeah, and lose the stigma.
Yes. It's also
a valued part of the community and the society.
This is what I say at the council on Tuesday as well. Okay. We have to value our truck drivers, because if they don't bring and deliver, our supermarket is empty.
Right.
And who's the first one who's complaining?
You. Steffi, let's end this and remind me of your why. What is your why?
I want to make a big difference in this world. I want to make this different. That people can live the life they want from the deep inside. And also living in the moment. And this is my mission. I do not leave this planet before I have those 5 truck stops. This is my big why.
You said it,
Yes. And it's going to happen. And
I
when
believe
you have your why, it helps. The purpose, this gives you the purpose, and the purpose is your compass. Even you have setbacks, but the setbacks is always feedback to go a different way. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Yeah, or just go to detour, find it, because there is something else what I can find.
I love that.
I shower myself every morning with positivity. Every morning.
I'm going to wrap this up. If there's anything that I haven't asked you, and there's so much I haven't asked you, if there's anything that you want to say, a message that you would like to get out to folks out there, what would it be? You've mentioned so much, but what would your final message be to anybody out there?
Okay, anybody. I sit across the table from you. Find out what you really want. Not the outside to fit in. What is it? What Lois wants? What is it deep inside? Find this. Pull it out and live it, because we only have today.
Thank you for your time, Steffi. Thank you for your wisdom, for your story, and for your wonderful positivity.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. And we are both here to make a difference. That's why we're on this planet. Everybody is here to make a difference, but some people don't know what it is.
Goodbye, folks. Be kind to yourself and be kind to those around you. I'll see you in the next one.
Can I ask you a question?
Bolton Ink Effect.